Hello everyone. I have decided in my space program that it is time to go back to the moon and min-miss, and this is a reusable rocket with a Kethane probe attached to the top. Now the way I've decided to handle fueling in this, I want this to be as realistic as possible, so if fuel, Kethane, is found near the poles, and especially inside of a crater, then I will use that, because that is what NASA is looking at right now. If they can find water in areas where sunlight is not hitting, then that can be turned into oxygen and hydrogen and used for fuel. It's your typical launch. I do have Ferrum deadly reentry installed. The reentry part of this is the interesting part. Okay, welcome back. Time to open this fairing up, see what's inside. Just your basic probe, not as cool as some of the others I've seen. And better set up a maneuver node here to circularize. Go. That's close enough. Looking for that fairing. I've actually seen these drop down and then probably bounce off the atmosphere because they seem to come back up, and of course they don't go forward or back very much, so they can actually collide with your rocket or each other, which is pretty fun to watch. Okay, 8-second burn, 48 seconds. Pretty basic. So the intent here is to, like I said before, forward fueling base. And what I am thinking is that you get the fuel way outside of Earth's gravity well, or not Earth, Kerbin's gravity well. And then anything heading outside of this Kerbin system, the local system here, to I better get lined up on this node. Okay, stop talking for a minute. Okay, here we go. See how I do. I've got a little ways to go. I'll use my RCS to finish this off. Okay, good. Anyway, so then a ship leaving for, say, Duna would fly up to min-miss, refuel, and then continue from there. And anything coming back can do the same. That way you get, I don't know, whatever it is, 5 million miles closer to their destination. Alright, I'm going to enable these fuel tanks. These are quite locked. I wonder why. good. Now, oh, the Oscar tank is right there. Okay, of course that drained them all, because I still have to fix this right here. Transfer out, transfer out. Gotta get as much into this probe as I can. Okay, we are ready to release. Let's see, did I forget anything? I don't think so. Okay. Just gonna double check everything here. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Drop that maneuver node, and let's set up one that will take this to min-miss. Picked a really bad time to go to min-miss. You know what? I'm going to send this one to mun instead. Okay, 11,000,000, 11,500. Oh, there we go. That looks pretty good to me. Let's see, where's my node? There we go. Okay, here we are at my node. Time to do the burn. I'm going to do this with RCS as well as the main engines here to save fuel. This with the RCS. Okay, I might be coming in way hot on that, but that's alright. It'll be a fun ride. Okay, so that's on its way. Now I better set up an alarm for that. Let's see, where's my alarm clock? I don't even have it installed. Alright, well there's not a whole lot going on in my space program. It should be okay. What could go wrong, right? Alright. Let me see how much time we have here. 4 hours, huh? Okay. Alright. Well, more importantly, we need to land this other rocket here. Okay, I'm going to go over this real quick here. SpaceX landing legs for the upper stage. The upper stage landing legs, I should say. Basic quad fuel tanks, large fuel tank up here, real chute parachutes here, procedural fairing here, service module containing batteries, monopropellant, etc. And then this comes from the SDHI, I believe it's called, set, and it just allows a nice part here that you can attach things to and not have them, so I don't have to have these parachutes like sticking on the outside like that. Makes it look a lot better. Okay, I'm going to pause the video while I go run and put a flag out. Okay, I'm back. So what I did was I launched a Mark 1 capsule right at the Space Center, and I placed a flag right on the launch pad there. And I'm not completely expert at landing these rockets completely on target yet, so we'll see how this goes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a maneuver node opposite of the Space Center, and I'm going to burn retrograde until I have a periapsis. Basically, I want to come in above the Space Center at, I want to be hitting about, say, 15 to 20 kilometers up when I'm over the Space Center. And it's better to undershoot. If you overshoot, you end up in the water. That's not good at all. Landing on land, at least you'll recover most of your craft. I'm going to fast forward this a little bit. Double check that my fuel is in the right place. The trick to building this, yes, good. The trick to building this was placing these fins at just the right place. They have to be far enough up that with the fuel pumped all the way to the bottom of these tanks, the center of mass is in front. Remember, it's going to be coming down backwards. Center of mass is in front of the center of lift. But they have to be far enough up that when you're flying up into orbit with your payload, your center of mass is up here, of course, and your center of lift is down here. Actually, I probably got that backward. Far enough back that the center of lift is behind the center of mass going up. Far enough forward that the center of mass is what will be the new forward of the center of lift coming back down. Get that wrong, you will crash. Oh, that's interesting. Where's that coming from? Oh, it's coming from behind us, okay. Alright, so I'm gonna switch this craft around. Get it pointed retrograde. is not working. That's very odd. Okay. Now my inclination is only 1/2 degree. That's good. Because the KSC sits right on the equator. Alright, I'm going to fine-tune this node a little bit. KSC has moved. I want to burn opposite of the planet from where the KSC is. And I'm going to guess that the KSC will rotate about this far by the time I get to that periapse. Check this. Where is... Okay, there it is. Now, the question is this line 20,000 above? Well, let's see, where's my flag? Okay, there it is. So if this is 80, is this 1/4? No, looks like it's a little high still. I know from experience, if this X is over those islands, you haven't gone, or you've over retro burned. I'll try it like that. Okay. When this is all said and done, I should have. I'm going to do this burn with the RCS, so I should have about 400 delta V there I can use to make this trajectory more steep as I get closer. Okay, we're coming in here. I can see that something about the trajectories mod is completely broken because this X is moving. It should not be. As long as it stays to the east of the landing zone, it should be okay. To the east, but close. Okay. Let's take a look at this. Yes, there we are. See how we're doing temperature-wise here. 1,000 degrees. Okay. The steeper I come in, the more accurate that trajectory's estimate's going to be. So at some point here, I could probably afford to burn off some more. Burn some fuel. See if I can get that closer. There we go. 19,000. Okay, time to really slow down. I'll keep the rest for the landing and blow my chutes. Uh-oh, I might be coming down in the water. Hopefully when the other chute deploys, we'll be okay. This is the drogue chute. I think we'll be okay. Now for the landing, I have these chutes set to touchdown at about 6. Actually, want to be going a little bit slower than that, and I'll use my RCS to try and stay upright. I'm going to switch to surface speed. Yeah, 6.1, good. Oops, ran out of fuel. And there we are, successful touchdown. With almost no fuel left. How's that for reusability? Let's see what we get. Got 97.6 value. That's great. So that launch probably cost me, I don't know, maybe about 10,000 or so in fuel. No, probably even less than that. I can't remember what I took off at. And of course that probe will go on its merry way and find me a whole bunch of fuel way outside of Kerbin's gravity well, which will also keep my costs down. So time to launch another probe towards Minmus. Have a good night.